Sunday the 31st of August. It was -3, felt like -6 overnight. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. We had a frost. You can sort of see little bits of it there, but it's starting to melt off. And then if you look at the front of the patrol, you can see the windscreen's still frosty. So I'll give an update a little bit later. I haven't done a video for a while, but I'll explain what's been going on. So it's about 12 o'clock now, everyone, and I'm in the sun and it's very nice. I still got the jacket on, although it is warm, but I am out of the breeze and wind and I'm in the sun, so it's nice and sheltered here. So the last 3 or 4 days we had a big Antarctic cold front come through, and it's been very chilly. As you saw a bit earlier, it was -3 and a bit, felt like -5.5 this morning, so we had another frost. But spring is happening, and things are, flowers are blooming, and you can see everything's ready to bust out and happen. So it's going to be nice. It'll be 15, 16, 17 degrees, but I think either next Friday or Saturday it's going to be 7 degrees at night, and it'll be 19 or 20 during the day. So that will just mean, and spring's tomorrow. First day of spring is tomorrow, which is 1st of September. So that just means things will start to happen, and things will start to grow, and we'll get busy, which is good. So I know I haven't done a video for a little while, but I have been quite busy behind the scenes, just getting ready. I did do a bit of mowing last week, let's call it preliminary, getting the property sort of ship-shape, getting their winter coat mowed, but I didn't have a chance to show that. I really had a limited window before that cold change came through on the Wednesday, so I had to work hard on the weekend and Monday and Tuesday before that all happened. So I'll just let you know what's been going on. So my vehicles, my BT50, little bit of concern there. I've had I got the 120,000 kilometre service done on it, and my mechanic Steve, who's an excellent mechanic, said, look, the drive pulley, and I think it was the drive tensioner, maybe pulley, and the idler pulley were making a lot of noise and stuff, so we got them replaced. Got the belts replaced as well, which is good. So that was sort of, the service happened, he noticed that, we got them done, and then at that fixing those all up, he actually noticed that the coolant had dropped a fair whack. So he just said to watch it and see if there's any issue there, because the EGR, I think it's called the exhaust gas recirculation or something like that, they're a known issue in both BT50s and Ford Rangers. So I've just been watching that, and the level seems to be staying at the level, but I'll just keep an eye on that. Now, because of that, and the BT50 has got electric brakes on it for the trailer, for the Ventrac, which is important. You've got to have them. What I did is my Nissan Patrol had to go in for its registration check, so I got the guys there, and it has to go to another mechanic who do, because it has LPG, liquid propane gas, that runs it with petrol. they have to check that. So I got them to check all the fluids and everything, and at the same time I got them to fit an electric brake harness and controller to the Patrol, just in case the BT50 has to go into hospital for a little while, and then I know I don't have any issues if I have some Ventrac work to do, and I can tow that. So the harness and the brake controller cost $300, which is next to nothing, which is nix, and then to fit it was another $300. So to get that peace of mind when it gets busy, I think that's well and truly worth it. So hopefully the BT50, I went for a drive this morning, about 50 kilometres, just to see, and I've come back and checked the fluid, and it's where it was at the start of when I left, so that's a good sign. But I'll keep on monitoring it and being careful, because as I said, it is a known issue on the diesel engines for the BT50s and the Ford Rangers. So other stuff, let's just have a quick look at that. So for the Ventrac, I wanted to get a few spares, which I think we all should do, not just for it, but for our zero turns, like spare belts and alike, oil for when you need to do your oil changes, and filters and air filters and that sort of thing. So the Ventrac's air filter is exactly the same as my ZT6000, which is great. I've got plenty of them because I do more oil changes and oil filter changes than I do air filter changes. So I've got enough of them. And then what I've done is I've purchased, let's call it 3 lots of oil, which could be either 50 or 100 hours. I've bought some hydraulic oil just in case, and I need to top up. And then I've bought 5 filters for oil filters for the Ventrac. So that could be either 250 or 500 hours. So there's plenty there to cover what I need to, and particularly over the spring and summer, because what I've done over the last, 5 years now, I'm coming into my 6th year, is I've done 250 to 300 hours of mowing in that time. So with the Ventrac, I don't see myself doing that. That may happen in the future, but at the moment I've got enough oils and such. I did buy some more grease, which I needed to, not just for the zero turns, but for the Ventrac as well. And it's the same grease, and it's I think it was NG2 or something like that. It's a lithium based grease, which I really like. I also use it in my boat trailers because it's a good marine grease, the lithium, and we all know, particularly in spring or when it's damp, water gets everywhere. So the lithium grease is really good. The other things that I've bought, as you know, and you would have seen on my video, with the Ventrac, I've got the power bucket. So Craig from Ventrac, thank you Craig, dropped in on Friday on the way back from Albury and Wagga, and has brought the teeth with him, which I can fit, and there's 4 of them which go along the bottom. You can see there they just slip in over the base, whack that in, tighten them up. That's a 5 or 10 minute job, so that's easily done. I bought some brackets which go under the bottom, when you put the blades on, and they protect the spindles and the blades a bit. So I've got 3 of them. I bought all the associated belts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't want to get caught short with a broken belt, so they will all go into into the vehicle, and the bolts for the blades. So 2 on the counter, and when I say the counter, you know, that goes for the tough cut deck, goes the other way compared to the normal ones. So 4 for the normal, 2 for the counter, and that's sort of it. Oh, and these are heavy, and a set of blades, and for those you've got two sides to them for the tough cut. So when they need, let's call it either sharpening or changing, you actually can move them from, I think it's right to left. So your right ones, which are spinning that way, you just move them across because of the counter rotating, and it'll use the edge which hasn't been used. So that works out all pretty well. So just so you can see, everybody, we've got, this is all the ZT6000 stuff. ZT6000 oil here, Ventrac oil here, hydraulic oil. There's the pneumatic grease gun. Some blades there. I do have other blades. There's a set of blades, maybe 2 sets of blades for both the ZT6000 and the ZT2000s, but I've also got a set in the Patrol. We've got various chargers for electrical things. There's your Ventrac filters. I bought a new toy the other day. I bought a battery DeWalt angle grinder, which is going to come in very handy out in the field if need be. And I'll just turn over to the other side. We'll just go over to the other side here, because I'm in the garage. Hopefully it's not too dark. And then, and it's a bit tight, but I've got, this is 2-stroke for the still for my Whippasnippers. There's a little bit left over there to go. Got various oil, mower oil. There's that grease I was talking about, and various other oils for mowers. There's a bit left in there, which is your I use that for the ZTs. Honda oil there for my push mowers, and that's the grease that I was talking about, Newlong, which is Australian grease. And I think if you can see there, if it'll focus, there's a lithium NLG2 something or other. I haven't got my glasses on, but that's the right grease, the lithium complex, and it's the right grease for the Ventrac. So just coming into the Patrol, and there's the steering wheel, and this is the brake controller. So when you've got the trailer on, you squeeze that a little bit, and then this adjusts it, so that'll work really well, and it's in a really good spot. If we just come out, there's the driver's position. You can see where the auto electrician has wired it up to the battery, got it all nice zip tied in there, in through here. It goes over the other side through the firewall, but that's all right. I made sure it had plenty of length. I got the 7 meters, and then it comes right up the back of the Patrol, and you can see the plug here. My little trailer is only hydraulic, but once it's plugged in on the other trailer, it'll work fine. So hopefully we're ready to rock and roll and get going, everybody, once it all starts to happen. which will be great. We have local notice boards on Facebook here, the Yass notice board and the Murray Bateman notice board. So I just shared one of my posts with regard to the Ventrac on that, and like I might get 20 or 50 views on my page, which is fine, but I got 2,400 on that alone, which quite shocked me. So hopefully there'll be a little bit of business out of that. As I think I've said to everybody before, I'm continuing with my mowing business and my existing customers, and then the Ventrac work will be whether you call it more one-off or ad hoc, but I do have gaps in my schedule, which work in with rain, but there are still some gaps there which I'll certainly fill with Ventrac work if it comes along. So I'm looking at various opportunities here and there, and I'm just keeping my eyes open when I'm doing my mowing work, and I'll just be either suggesting that to customers, or if it's potential new ones, knocking on their door and saying, do you want something done? So we'll just see how that all develops, but certainly positive. Like I said, I was quite shocked. I don't sort of get too shocked these days with things, but that certainly did with the amount of views, or they call it something else on Facebook and YouTube, but certainly positive. So I'll try and be a bit more regular once I get mowing started. I'd reckon it might be later this week, or certainly next week if it does warm up proper. The grass will start to move, and look out, it'll be full steam ahead. So anyway everyone, sorry about that. Thanks for watching. I know it's short and sweet, but it's just a case of not much going on until I actually get into it and get mowing proper. So thanks again everyone, and I'll catch you soon.